Hello, everybody.
This is Ronnie and Gretchen,
Ronnie and Gretchen together.
Heart Pickers, and we're going to go over some of our sales for August. August was a really good month.
Very good month.
We actually put more time into it. We have not put any time into our business in months, 6 months.
Yes, 6 months.
With mommy.
Yes.
So I mean, and even now we're still doing this. Technically, I don't think we're putting more than 20 hours a week into this.
No, but that's what happened when you dedicate sometimes.
Yeah.
Your business.
I've been doing other things. So
yes.
I have other reselling loves now that the clothing is not the #1 priority anymore. But anyway, we're going to get into a few sales. Last month we were up over 120% our sales. We were up over last year, same month, 16%. So it was really good. A lot of sales. Our average sale price per item was $62.50, and that included in shipping. But we also ran some auctions and really did bad at running some. I just threw a bunch of sport coats up. Some sold, kind of didn't sell well. So most of these we've had for a year listed or so. I just wanted to, every once in a while, we'll clear a few things out. They either had flaws or just weren't great brands. Some of them were sport suits without the pants that I just cannot sell to save my life. But anyway, this is our this is one of the auctions right here. You can see right here, these went up, and really none of these got a lot of views. They went up for I think 10 days. It might have been 7 days, and they really did not get a lot of views whatsoever. They were getting between 30 and 40 views on average. One of the older Brioni jackets that we had, and it was older, was really not the greatest. Had really wide lapels, had a hole in it. Good size hole in it. That had a lot of views, but it didn't really go for that much money. So auctions still suck, regardless of what anybody says. It's not a good way to.
Well, like you said, we do it because to make rooms, really, and
yeah, that's it. But this is what a cool little thing we got. We sold one of these last month. I found 2 of them together, and they sold back-to-back days, which was really weird.
That was cool. How much you pay for that? Like $1, I think.
$1 at the local little thrift store.
Yeah.
So these vintage Hawaiian shirts. We had one sell last month on the last day of the month. We had this one sell on the first day of the month. This sold for $30. It was on sale. See the tag right there. They look like they were never used. I mean, this tag is pretty clean, cotton acrylic. Had a really vibrant, colorful Royal Hawaiian Hotel. I can't even read what it says under that.
Royal Hawaiian Hotel.
Something Buffett's.
Louis Buffet Hawaii.
Buffett Hawaii, maybe.
Something like that.
But anyway, every once in a while we pick up some vintage shirts. I don't really go out of my way to look for them, but every once in a while I find some, and they usually do pretty well with them. We picked up a bunch of these when we were in Chicago. People told me I was crazy for pricing them at $49.99, and I've almost sold all of these now. I think we sold 4 in the month of August. They sell probably 1 a week on average. They sell between, we run a 25% off sale. Sometimes it's 20, sometimes 15. So they sell between $37.50, and a few of them have sold right at the $49.99 price. And a bunch of them have actually went international. I know we've sold 1 to Australia and 2 to actually
where?
UK.
Oh, okay.
So we were into these for about $7 or $8 each, and they actually sell. They move in.
It's because the size. That's the thing. Big size.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, people. You would believe me, Amar. People put these at like $25. There's a lot of. That's like leaving a lot of margin. I mean, because people want to sell fast. People don't want to wait.
Well,
sometimes it's good to wait. Maximize your profits. This is a Nike How do you say his name?
Nadal.
Nadal.
Rafael Nadal.
He's a tennis player, I think, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
This was his collection, Nike. I seen it. I wasn't really too sure if it was going to sell or not. I think it was like $6 or $7. It was kind of cheap. Picked it up. It was kind of really nice, colorful, 2X.
Very nice.
Has his, oh, there it is. On the back, has his thing.
Rafael
This
Nadal.
sold actually pretty quick. This actually went international too. I don't remember where. I want to say Spain or France. It might be even where he's from. I don't know where he's from.
Spain. He's from Spain.
Okay. So it might have went back home for all I know. But this sold for, I want to say $51, if I remember right. Some people with their TV. This sold, not all Nike stuff is going to sell good. It really depends on if it's whose collection it is, if it's like for Tiger Woods or some of the tennis players. Like Roger Federer stuff really does well also. Seems like the tennis stuff does really well. And even the vintage stuff does really well because we've sold some Agassi stuff in the past that have done extremely well.
Yes.
This was a pair of Banana Republic pants. We picked up a few different pairs of these. Oh, newer tags.
I found those.
You found some. I found
Yes.
some. But
all together, brand new.
yeah, we paid around $9 or $10 for these, and they usually sell. We sold these right around, I think, $51, and shipped it in a padded flat rate envelope. Really easy to ship, $6. Banana Republic stuff, the right stuff will sell. This was new with tags. You know, not everything sells by them, but if you get the right stuff, it will sell. Some of the mall brands do have a somewhat of a following, like J. Crew, Express. I don't know what other mall brands are, but we'll go with those for now.
Joseph Bank.
Not really. I mean, Joseph A. Bank. I mean, I'll buy their stuff occasionally, but it has to like the one we got the other day was brand new. But I mean, or a really larger size, because you ever see those commercials they have at Thanksgiving? Buy 2 suits, get one. No, buy 1 suit, get 2 free, and they're already like 50% off when you go into sale. It's like buy a whole outfit. Actually, you know who buys the Celtic player that they just signed as a free agent? Shops at Joseph A. Bank.
Oh, really?
Gordon Hayward, yeah. This was a Patagonia woolen nylon blend, quarter zip sweater, had elbow patches on it. We got this actually in New York a while back. Paid $10 for it. I didn't remember that much. 20% lamb's wool. I mean, 80% lamb's wool, 20% nylon. We've had this probably a little while, but we probably got this. If we got it in New York, it was probably over the spring, I would say, or
Christmas.
Yeah, it's been a while. But you know, if you don't sell it in those first few months, there, it's going to sit for a while, and it's sold in the middle of August.
Getting ready for winter.
So that was good.
Winter.
That sold, I think, right around $51 also. This was a United States Postal Trek Nike jersey bicycle touring Lance Armstrong thingy. There's a tag right there. Made in Italy. These I've done really well in the past with the United States Postal Service ones. I don't pick out always the best bicycle jerseys, but the ones I do usually do very well. You want to always check these for snags though, because of the material. It will snag. We sold this. I paid probably, I think, $2.99 for this, actually coming back from Chicago. We got this in Erie, Pennsylvania, I believe, at a Salvation Army. So I was happy with it. It sold about $55. And it's real light. I mean, it's about 8 ounces, so easy to ship. This is a vintage Burberry
I forgot about that.
cap that we sold. We had this sitting around since last year's yard sales. Or it might have been the year before that yard sale. It just never got listed.
We paid $1.
Paid $1, had a spot on the hat that needed to be cleaned.
And I was like,
They just
I do it tomorrow. I do it tomorrow, and they pass. Oh my God, 2 years.
this is an older label, probably 90s, early 90s. I'm not exactly sure, but it's in the definitely with the 90s because they had the apostrophe S. Made in England, size large, and this sold for $60. Actually, sold pretty quick once I did get it listed. Sold probably within less than a week, I would say. So that was really good. I mean, just had a little discoloration on the headband on the inside, but it sold. Like we said, list stuff all the time. People are gonna want stuff no matter where they are.
Mhm.
This pair of newer tags, Columbia Bugaboo women's 3X ski pants. And we sold
I
these
remember
once
them.
before. Lady needed them. We overnighted them. Somehow she could not get them. She never picked up the package. I got it returned to me like 2 months later. Whole fiasco. She ended up actually paying me for the overnight shipping, but I had to refund her the money for the pants. eBay said she never got them. So it was a whole mess up. We had them up for a while. These actually went to Australia or New Zealand. I can't remember, somewhere down there. But I think I was watching what's the Australian kid's name? He did the bicycle tour college pick. I forgot now. Cody lives in Australia.
Mhm.
So, and I think some of his videos, it is kind of chilly down there. So, they're having winter now, or fall. I don't know, spring. I don't know which one it would be. But-
Spring.
But somebody bought them. They're going skiing, I guess. They ski in Australia?
Yeah,
Where?
I guess.
Something else.
I don't know.
I think a desert when I think of Australia. I think of it now. But
You think in the outback?
but these are a pair of MBT boots. These were newer tags. I want to say, I don't remember what I paid for these. $12 maybe.
I think 10.
10. Somewhere around there. I've had them listed for a few months. They sold once before, were returned. They sold again. These actually went overseas too. These went to Russia, Mother Russia, St.
Yeah.
Petersburg, Russia.
They look Russian.
They have like this rocking, like almost like the shape ups, the Skechers shape ups. They have that rock, almost like rocks.
Mhm.
But these are made. I don't know what it's made. It doesn't say.
Good
That was
for
the name
her.
of it. They couldn't find too many of these. These sold for, I want to say, $78. Plus, they paid another $40 to ship them. Whoops. So that was good. Sold these shirts. A lot of people gave me shit when I picked up these. These sold within a month. These are GS Classic. I had no idea what this brand was. This sold for full price the moment I relisted it. So it was actually listed a month and I relisted it. Bunch of these shirts. I think it's a Sears or a Kmart brand. I had no idea. Just really, they were nice colors. I mean, you can see right here.
That's why you got it, because they're looking nice.
I got them because of the size.
And the size.
20 neck, 37, 38 length, arm length. That's probably like a 3X. They wanted them. They asked for them, and they got them quick because they said, "Can you please send them out?" They got it over the weekend. I sent it out first thing, and they got it like in 2 days, and they were very happy and left a happy feedback. So that was good. They needed them for work, and hey, they were looking for a bunch of shirts, and we're happy with the price, and $99.99. I put these in a medium flat rate. So
That's good.
you're going to be sad about this next one.
Let me see. I know.
This,
Oh my God.
I found this. She put this aside for a few days.
Yeah, but almost crying because I want it for me. And I said, okay, let me take the picture. If we sell it, okay, we sell. But if no, I keep it.
If
And we sell.
if we don't sell this by the time it starts to get cold, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, I'm taking. It's mine.
And I
It's
said,
so
I'll put it up.
beautiful.
I'll put it up for a little bit higher price than what they were selling for.
Yeah, and
And
so like in one day.
it sold in one day. I think at $95 or something.
Oh my
She was
God.
like, "What?" I was
That
like, "Did you see what sold?" She's like, "Yeah, I seen what sold. That's the last thing, but this thing shocked you when it sold." You were like,
I love it. I love the color. The
Lily,
Pulitzer.
yeah, woman's vest, down vest. I think it was like 75 or 80% down. But people are starting to think about that winter stuff.
Oh,
And I paid $15 for the Lily.
yeah.
This we just found recently. We went to a store.
New Hampshire.
Yeah, they just put out a rack, and Gretchen ran over there and found this. Now, we both didn't really think it was anything special because with Patagonia, it's a jacket. We were like, oh, we'll get $30, $40 for it. But it's this military jacket they had. You can't really see it because it's under that other Patagonia. It's a level 5 military jacket, PCU. And that sold right away. It sold overnight for $139.99.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen them priced anywhere between people selling them.
Man, more nice picture. I just see chancletas.
You see your shoes.
Yeah, right there.
Oh yeah, I didn't do the greatest job. Hey, chancleta.
Okay.
But it's sold. Nobody's gonna see it, so don't worry about it. But this sold. We paid. What did we pay? Like $8 for this?
No, $6.99, $7.
And $7. So I mean, I love it when they sell fast like that. Anything Patagonia usually does fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
Shirts, the organic shirts don't do as well. But if you could find the flannels and the jackets, they do well still. Sweaters, like we just showed you before, do well. This was a Polo Ralph Lauren double-breasted wool blazer. This is your typical blazer. The word, when you think of a blazer, you think of double-breasted, you think of gold buttons. It can be single-breasted. This is a double-breasted jacket right here.
Mm-hmm.
Has the peak lapels. They're not notched. You can't really, but really nice. I paid $7.50 or $8 for this, whatever our local store runs for blazer. It's a little bit older Polo Ralph Lauren, probably 80s or 90s, but it sold right away. I listed this and it sold within a day.
Fast. That was fast.
Or so, and I love those ones that sell extremely fast. This sold for right around $120. I think as soon as it went on sale, someone picked it up, and I was happy with that. I mean,
and I can't believe it because sometimes when I'm taking picture and I see all those vintage suits, I'm like, why my baby buy this thing so old? And they sell good.
Well, that's what we work more on suits and sport coats now, because that's why our average is at $62.50 now. Because if we didn't have the auctions, we probably would have been closer to $70. So I want to get the average. Probably, I would love to be at 75. I don't know if we could get there, but we're working on it. This was a Jack Victor suit. Now, there's a few different reasons why this sold $159.99. It's made with 130 Laurel Piana wool. 130 is the fabric content of the wool. The higher the number, like 100, 120s, 130s, 150s. I think there's 180s. 250s are really finer wool. I think only made by like Brioni and maybe Zegna. When you get into that finer wool, you're talking maybe a $10,000 suit. It really gets expensive when you get into those things. This was also a 50 regular. So it was really nice. This should do well. Here's the jacket. Jack Victor is not the greatest company. They probably sell suits in the $600 to $800 range. But when you get into the bigger size, and due to having the, I don't even see the Laurel Piana tag. It was made with.
I forget. I don't see any. Yeah, you see? It's not any.
It was there somewhere. It might have been down, but I didn't just make it up.
Oh.
But that sold. We paid $15 for that at a local Goodwill. So that's it. This we got back in the fall, probably late February sometime. I picked up a bunch of Ralph Lauren sweaters, a bunch of them brand new with tags, at a Marshalls and TJ Maxx's. They do this semi-annual clearance sale. We usually find a bunch of the polo cashmere ones. They retail always high, about $400, 100% cashmere. I sold one early in the year for, I think, $100. I took a best offer for $100.
Mm-hmm.
I've had them up for a while. They're going to be up because all those stores, they sold a lot of these same sweaters. Like, I know Krillin had a bunch of them because I watched his store and looked, and I said, oh, he put them up. But I waited it out to get the best price. This one, I think, to Australia also. We sold it for about $145, $150, 25% off, I think. Might have been even 20, I don't know. And that was it. I mean, this was a good sale. I mean, we paid $20 or $25 for it. This is a newer Polo Ralph Lauren tag over the last few years. They've had this tag.
And cashmere, of course.
Yeah. Of course, cashmere. The feel of cashmere is really
I love it.
Soft and nice. And I didn't put a lot of suits and sport coats in this because I didn't want to bore people. This was one I've had listed for a long time. It's a Zegna. It's a smaller Zegna jacket. It's a 38 regular. It's 100% cashmere, but it is also, it's a nice check pattern. See right there. It's like a brown, blue, black. But you see, this is an older Zegna tag right here.
Terrible pictures.
This is like 2 years ago. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
This is going back sometime here. But this is a Zegna. This is an older Zegna jacket. These jackets don't do really as well as the newer labeled jackets. You can see pure cashmere. This is also another detail, though. But these tags right here are not made to last. So when you see these tags all chewed up and like faded, you know they've had a lot of life, a lot of usage. And sometimes I'll stay away from the jackets. Usually the older Zegna jackets I don't pick up as much anymore. They're very hard to sell. Sometimes the suits I will, but the jackets themselves I'll stay away from. This was a brand I've come across a bunch of times over the last few weeks. It's Suit Supply. We've sold, I think we found 6 different suits or sport coat combinations. I think we sold 3 or 4 of them over the last month. Really, it's a newer brand. I've talked about it before. They're made with different kind of wool. They're really high quality, kind of more like modern suits. They're usually woodworking or serging cuffs, dual vents, really high quality wools. And believe it or not, they're only about $750 to $1,000 or $600 to $1,000 new through their website. But I think because there's not a lot of them, it's a newer company. It's only been around for 5, 6, 7 years now. So it commands a little bit better of a price because there's just not enough out there for the demand, and you can get better. But their claim is you can get a $3,000 suit for, $700 or so. So really nice suit here, just basic blue. There's the tag, the other tag on the inside. But I was into these for like $10 or $15. I think one of them I maybe even paid $20 for. This was a little bit. I thought this would be a little bit of a harder sell too, because it was a 38 short. I mean, 38's a small person, and then 38's a small person, and then when you get a short, it's like, I don't know, somebody 5'6", 140 pounds. I don't know what the translation is, but hey, it sold. Because I mean, that was another thing too. The inseam on the pants, I didn't notice it when I bought it, but when I came home, it was 26. So I mean, they're short-legged.
Yeah,
like George Stanza, but a weight loss program. We sold.
Cha 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 cha.
This sold pretty quickly. We've had really good luck selling vintage Grateful Dead shirts. And it seems like we find a lot of ones that are specifically made for like not a tour in particular, but like a certain event. Like this one was for October, Radio City Music Hall. I had to look up these dates to see when they played there. And the only time they played there for this length of time was 1980. It had the skeleton on it. It's kind of bootleggish looking. See the tag right there, older Russell Athletic tag. On the back of the shirt, it had, looked like it almost looked like they bootlegged that. But this sold extremely fast. This had a lot of views early on. And the lady that bought it actually went to the concert, or the guy that bought it actually was at the concert, back in 1980.
Makes sense,
So it sold $187.50. Sold quick. And the funny part was I posted this on Instagram. And there was a lady that goes, "Hey, remember this?" And they were talking back and like, "Oh, wow." Like they went to that concert. I mean, 1980, believe it or not, it's 37 years ago.
I don't know.
You weren't even around yet, were you?
Exactly.
But we do have one more sale for you, our best sale. And you were surprised by this one. You know what our best sale of the month was?
Oh my God, I don't remember. Yes.
I found this coffee maker. We went to a store we never go to. It was a consignment store. It used to be a thrift store. They changed it into a kind of consignment store. We just said, "Oh, you know what? We got a little bit of time. Let's go in here." Now, I seen Deb Pins and Pesos talk about this. So I was like, I'm never going to find one of these things. Because, we found one. We went into the consignment store. I seen it. I kind of looked it up. I couldn't find anything on Amazon because there wasn't any. And I couldn't sell this on Amazon anyway. I tried to. But I can't sell Black & Decker for some reason. Or newer, older Black & Decker. I don't know. This was from 1995, I believe. It was old, but it was brand new in the box.
Mm-hmm.
Black & Decker Space Maker under cabinet coffee maker. It was brand new, had everything you see right there. It was all in the styrofoam. Everything had all the little booklets and had the brackets and everything. But I paid $40 for it. I paid up a little bit more than
I don't want it.
You were like, "Are you sure?"
Are you sure? $40?
It sold right around $210, I believe. $205, $210 plus $15 to ship. We shipped this FedEx because it would have been costly to send this United States Postal Service. It would have been $45. To send this FedEx, it was actually $21. I actually paid a little bit over because I actually made a really huge box, bigger than what I thought I was.
Too huge. Too big.
But I wanted to make sure that I just used the box. I didn't feel like cutting down the box. And not cutting down the box cost me a few dollars at the end.
Oh my God.
For being lazy. So that's the thing. When you can cut down a box sometimes, cut down the box. But end of the day, it sold. Really happy. Shout out to Deb. Deb! But any last words, mi amor? That's it.
I wanted to say something.
Oh, say whatever you want to say.
I want to say that if some months you are slow in your business, like don't feel upset.
Summer's always slow. That's why I
just continue doing the best you can, and you will see the next month will gonna be better and then better and better.
Well, now this time of year, it also gets better and better. That's why we're going to do 40,000 in 4 months. We do it every year. We're going to do it this year. But we haven't done it. We're not where we usually are. We got a little catching up to do to get there.
Yeah.
Somebody wants a Jeep.
Well, let's do it. Yes.
Somebody wants a Jeep. So, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys later.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Hasta la vista.